flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, approval of agenda, first item on there. I'd like to add 13 to, I'd like to discuss the attorney fees that we've been incurring. That'd be number 13. There's nothing more, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
More? I'll make a motion for that.
Second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, approval of minutes of the June 2nd regular meeting and the June 4th special meeting minutes.
Yeah, I didn't find anything.
We have a motion to approve June 2nd and the special meeting June 4th.
Second one.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Okay, next item, the approval of May and June monthly statements from the treasurer's office and the June revenue expenditures and budgets.
For me? I can give you mine, I guess she didn't dictate. Does she typically give
It
you?
helps us follow along.
What do you roll? Everything?
Pretty much everything, yeah, just so that we follow along.
Thanks though. Money market dropped. What's that? No.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're fine. I don't need any.
Money market dropped.
That's right.
I mean, money markets either stay the same or go up.
Yeah. That would be
Okay.
that's the other, she's up to the.
Okay, well, you can just send us an email, ask us when she comes in. I just don't know.
That's the question.
It's good to know if it's in the
Right. Or are they? This is supposed to be the end of May.
Shouldn't be, I
that's all.
have to,
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna question whether, the table, this one I've had for quite a while, but this one was like at the end of June last month, after our commission meeting.
Oh,
So this one, she just got to me yesterday.
just kind of weird 2 weeks though.
Yeah, yeah,
$1,000 less.
yeah.
Yeah, but boys, maybe just email the revised one.
Yes.
Okay.
You're looking at the June, right?
Yes, the end of June, monthly statement for the treasurer.
No, T 16. Okay.
One of them, submitted two permits, did they have to pay another 10,000 for the second permit?
I believe they did.
That would make sense.
Oh, yeah, I was expecting one.
Yeah.
And that would have just transferred from one
Transfer,
in,
yeah.
but then there was
No.
two,
It's
so.
two permits.
They paid.
It's two permits, so they should have paid another 10,000.
Yeah.
With that, I'll make a motion to approve the May and June monthly statements, treasurers, and the June revenue and expenditure budgets.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
I think that's usually just on the list.
Oh, we haven't done that, yeah, okay.
So just an all in favor.
Pardon?
Just an all in favor.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, we'll do the approval of the 2025 and June 26 bills.
Handed those out to us.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I do have them here if you wanna, need to.
Yeah.
Those right.
I looked at them and I forgot to grab it. Just right. There's a lot of payouts.
And there is, like, the law enforcement on Illinois, that's the last and the second one is, an old one from November of 2025 that did not, so
June.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, roll call vote please.
Seaver,
Yes.
Junior.
Yep.
McCartney,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Pay the bills. Public comment period, we have nothing on the agenda. Moving into old business, Jamie, update on Lake Region Health personnel issues.
Yeah, Ben Heisler was reinstated temporarily on probation for the next meeting, which is, it's July 20th. I think that's the review, but in that review, things are not, so they're reinstated.
Okay,
I guess it was a split vote, a couple people voted against it, and the rest of them voted for it, so it passed.
so
Majority rules back in the office again.
Did any of the board members talk to what, any employees?
I don't believe they did. That's a meeting I missed. I just called Sherry to get kind of an update, so I wasn't technically there. But got the update from her.
Okay.
So,
Okay, location of employee barbecue in summer. I talked with Todd and we'll have it at the county shop up here. I also talked to Bob Hanson and invited the Cheyenne personnel. And I talked to the city of New Rockford and their personnel. And they will cover the costs for the number of people we split up to do. So it'll be the three of us for Eddy County, and the city of New Rockford will pay for their employees and also for the city of Cheyenne. And that's set for July 15th. Okay, starting out new business, Sandra, with North Central Planning?
Can we join you up there?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, please do.
Yeah, sure.
So this is Ann Pollard. She is working with North Central Planning Council. She is actually the career coach for the Mobile Career Exploration Classroom, which is one of the funding requests you have in front of you. She did bring some numbers for Eddy County, but on the request, we base this on population per county. This is a project for all 6 counties. We are presently working with all the schools in the 6 counties. The Mobile Career Exploration Classroom, I did bring some photos. I'm not sure how many of you have seen this. This one is, it's a van that we had funded through the Regional Workforce Impact Program and outfitted for virtual reality videos. And the intent of the program, when the grant application came out, I worked with the economic development offices in our North Dakota Region 3 to develop a program. And the intent is to try and expose students to careers that are available in our region, and either to keep them here in Region 3 or to entice them to come back to Region 3 after they receive their education. That is basically the intent of the program. So the funding request, this is a continuation. The grant has expired. That was basically to purchase the equipment, and then we did fund a lot of daycares initially with that grant also. But, so this is continuation for the program, and this would be for the 2027 year, so it would be spring 2027 and fall 2027. The commission generously last year funded the 2026 year, so we have, Ann has been in the schools this spring and will continue in the schools in the fall with the funding that was approved in 2025. So this would be for 2027. And the total budget is on the second page of the request. It's a pretty modest budget, $72,859. And the request the total for Eddy County was $5,000.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm gonna direct them because there's 3 different individual
Yes.
entities.
Sorry,
NCDCs, so it would be on
One that
the
says
van,
goes
yes,
to the school choices.
yes.
yes. So to be the $5,666.01 to be shared equally with New Rockford Area Betterment So the request to the commission would be $2,833 to support spring and fall 2027 schedule. And Ann, do you wanna cover some of that?
Sure.
Numbers?
So the van is kind of up to the school how they wanna utilize it. Some schools will do juniors and seniors on one of the visits. Some will go down to, like the last visit I had in New Rockford was 8th graders. And Mr. Cook had me tentatively gonna meet with 8th and 9th graders, and I can't remember if it was an early out or something happened where we didn't get to the 9th graders. But he was going down to the 8th and 9th graders because it was spring. Spring is hard for juniors and seniors. Seniors kind of have their mind made up of what they want to do, and you're not gonna talk them out of it, and just ready for summer. So a lot of the schools will do the younger grades in the spring visits. So typically, I will come to New Rockford as many times as Mr. Cook wants, typically twice a year for sure, and if he wants more visits, spring or fall, we'll do another visit, depending on how many students are in this grade. Last report, March 26th, New Rockford High School, 26 students, 130 experiences viewed. This was all of their 8th graders, and they gave me as much time as I wanted with them. It was really awesome. A lot of times they'll limit the number just because they want to get all the juniors and seniors through, so I will only have students for like 20 minutes at a time. But 8th graders, he gave me as long as I wanted with them. 8th graders are fun, and that's career exploration. Like, kids need to be introduced when they're young, so they have all these ideas flowing. So the van has 6 VR headsets, and students can come in and they can watch videos on agronomy, which was actually done at Sendak. They can watch dental hygiene, dental assistant, diesel technology, welding, veterinarian. There's 110, sorry, I said 130, 110 different experiences that students can watch and be introduced to. They're virtual reality, which means I put them on a spinning chair and they get to basically turn around. So in the veterinarian office, they're doing surgery on a dog when they're recording this experience. So they can see everything that's happening in the room. So it's not as cool as a job shadow, the student isn't there, but it's way more interactive than, you know, a sheet of paper saying what a veterinarian does, or it's just way more interactive. And students, it's so fun. Like, once students are all rocking and rolling with the videos, like, they just sit there and turn, and I just sit and watch because they're navigating it themselves and watching different videos. So I will come as much, you know, some schools, depending on the size of the schools, they'll have me there twice in the spring, twice in the fall, depending on how many students they want to get through. Some schools, it's only once. School schedules are busy, so it's not always easy to coordinate. And the day I was gonna, on March 26th, I know I was gonna do 8th and 9th graders, and I can't remember if 9th graders were testing early. There was something that didn't allow me, or I took too much time with 8th grade, that didn't allow me to hit the 9th graders. But, so I assume when I come back, they'll say we need to hit the 9th graders. I don't know for sure, but I would say I hit 8th, 10th, 11th, and 12th last year with the van. So the first year the van started, as Sandy kind of talked about, a lot of it was getting to know the communities too. So I met with Uri Electric. Stu from the Lumberyard came and saw the van because he's still the chair of the Betterment Corporation, I'm not sure. He came and saw the van one morning when I was at the school before the students came in. So understanding the community, I went to the street fair in New Rockford, and had, not that there was a lot of career exploration done. I'm competing with tacos and vans and sourdough for sale, but the community could at least peek their head in and see like what it was about, and I could explain to mostly parents, like, hey, this goes to the school and helps students with career exploration. So the first year we also focused on businesses and getting to know the communities as well. I haven't done as much of that, but a lot of that comes naturally. Like, I just found out last week that Stu has an intern from NDSCS. So I reached out to Stu because Stu, that student, would be eligible for North Dakota Career Builder. Stu might not know about North Dakota Career Builder, and that's a match program for college. He's also eligible Operation Intern. That's a state program where he could get $4,000 for that student's wages. You know, so he might not have even known about that. So things I hear word of mouth, resources, opportunities for students, internship, work-based learning. I went through the work-based learning training, so encouraging Tyler. Like, a lot of students think, well, there's not a lot of businesses in New Rockford, so I can't do work-based learning. You know, like, what am I going to do at an insurance company? And I was like, well, what do you think you would do at an insurance? Well, insurance. No, there's marketing at an insurance company. There's probably payroll and, you know, there's more at an insurance company than just insurance. So getting kids doing work-based learning and internships. New Rockford made a decision, I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago, that all students had to do job shadows. Like, how can I help Mr. Cook with job shadows that don't exist in New Rockford? Like, what's available in, whether it's sales, like whatever. And I know ideally students are gonna have to travel for some of those, just because if they wanna experience a cardiologist, it's not available here in New Rockford. So helping Mr. Cook with some of those as needed too.
And the ban is, it's not the answer to all our career and workforce issues, it's just, for schools, it's another tool in the toolbox. And we didn't have these opportunities when I was in high school, we didn't have career fairs and all of that, and when you came out of high school, you're like, well, what am I gonna do, you know? So, it's another tool, a resource for our students.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, if, Anne is ever in town, we give the schedule to Amanda, so she is aware of when Anne will be here. So if you ever want to go and experience virtual reality, if you're thinking about a new career, you can come and try it.
I should.
So that's that one. Do you want me to go on to the others, or do you have any questions on that?
Good job explaining.
Okay. Okay, so the SBDC request, we normally send this out a little bit earlier in the year. This year, we had the bank of, so I should back up here. North Central Planning Council is a host to the Small Business Development Center. It's a no-cost service to anybody who is looking to start or expand or sell a business in North Dakota. It's a statewide program, and it's SBA funded, and they get matched through the Bank of North Dakota and then local match. So we are required to match dollar for dollar anything that we get through the SBA award, which comes through the UND. The lead center is located at UND, and the grant is to UND. The SBA or grant goes through UND. So this year with the Bank of North Dakota funds, we were able to request less match from each of our match providers, which Eddy County has been a match provider for the 16 years that I've been with North Central Planning Council. So last year we requested $1,665. This year we would be requesting $790 from Eddy County to continue with the SBDC program in Region 3. And I can't tell you, because it's confidential, who the people are that come and utilize the services, but I can think of 3 businesses recently that we have assisted. I should say Ashley is our advisor, and 2 of them are still open. One of them did close, but you know, that's with any business, some make it, some don't. So that's the request there, $790, and that would be for the 2026 SBDC match. And you can see on the second page there kind of the impacts. The Devils Lake Center in 2025, we had $6,372,050 in capital formation, and that could be any owner equity grants or loans. Generally it's loans, there aren't too many grants out there. We had 5 business starts, 17 capital transactions, and we saw 99 total clients for the 6 counties. Any questions on that one? And then the last one is our mill request. So again, when regional councils were formed through Century Code in North Central Planning Council was established in 1972. I believe Century Code was created in '69, and it was set up that each, and this is across the state, that each regional council would receive local funding, that each county would be assessed dues or match funding. We use the match that we get for an EDA grant. We get a multi-year partnership planning grant, which helps fund our operations and economic development activities in our 6 counties. So our request there is for $500,000, and that has stayed the same for quite a while. And the services that we provide, you know, is regional. We try to do more regional projects like the livestock planning grant that was just completed, the mobile career exploration classroom. We're helping with the rural health transformation grant with, you know, rolling out all of those grants. We're assisting our 6 counties, any of the schools, healthcare entities, public health offices that need grant writing assistance, grant review, technical assistance, or now when they start making awards, we'll help them with if they have questions on expending their funds and then reporting. So we try to do more regional projects for our 6 counties that we serve.
It looks like money well spent.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I mean, careers, I mean, that's
I think a lot of kids.
very
need-
important.
I think a lot of kids need some direction,
Yeah.
gives them some options.
Yeah, we just don't know what's
Oh.
out there. Yeah. And our 6 counties really need more technical people. We need, you know, CTE education, we need mechanics and electricians and plumbers. You guys know all this, but that's, it's huge. And we have all those videos in the toolbox, so.
And most of them out of 110, I would say 102 are North Dakota videos. So like Sendak is the agronomy and the precision ag. So I mean, it's not like kids are watching stuff and they're like, oh, this isn't here. There's a few that aren't here, but most of them are somewhere in North Dakota where they sometimes even recognize that, like a lot of people go to the dentist and Dell's like, because a lot of them recognize the hygienists in the videos and stuff like that. So they're local videos.
And we filmed the community, what's it called? Here in New Rockford, we filmed the video for like a city civil worker. We did that one here. We did the EMS up in Langdon.
County Sheriff.
Yeah.
Deputy.
Yeah, so some of them are.
And that library continues to expand quarterly. So I always tell students, like, come back, there'll be different videos next door. Because a lot of students come in and they have their mindset on something like, do you have a tattoo artist? Well, no, we don't have everything. But what else? You know, like, so that library continues to be expanded. And I can give input on that library too, and often do give some ideas of things that I hear a lot.
Yeah. When Ann says, it's Career View XR out of Fargo, they has the video library in there, working the state, they receive state funding and to make this available, and they do work hard to add it to the library.
So I think on this one, from what I understand, is basically that the county dues ones is a budget. And then the other two make a motion individually in a second.
Right.
From my
Cause
understanding.
then the only dues go, we'll be okay when we do the budgets.
That's the Mills one,
Yeah.
county dues.
So I'll move
That
to,
would be the other two we do.
right, not at this time. We'll okay that when we do all of our budgets.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion to approve the $790 for the CDBC.
Okay, we got a motion to accept, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries.